6:31 in the PM, June 5th, 2020. I have the beard and I have the hat with me tonight. What is up, y'all? We got Tim, we got Caleb. What up?
What up?
Hey, look, man. Carlos was going ham a second ago. I say we let this thing carry over into the live stream. We'll see if he comes in.
What did I miss?
He just hey, listen, you know how tires are, right? They spin, and then at some point they catch. I think he just caught today. You know what I'm saying? He was spinning, and the wheels just finally caught. And
he was just going wide open.
Yeah, and like we have these conversations, bro. I enjoy them so much, bro. Some of the combos we have on those Periscope calls are hilarious. Like, so they're not monetized. There's no fear of being like getting a copyright strike if you play music or you say something ridiculous or you cuss or whatever. So we just let it rip,
I think I instigated him a little bit.
I think you did. You kind of antagonized him a little, but it's fun, man. Like because what you get out of those conversations, there's exaggeration and there's truth, but it's fun, So yeah,
you didn't start the layer cake conversation, did you?
We did.
Oh, God.
We did.
Bro, I put a picture of like Wilford Brimley, layer cake, diabetes, and that started the whole shebang, bro.
Oh,
It started the whole thing. Let's do roll, and we'll see if anybody else pops in. We got Rafi, got the wrench. Thank you for moderating tonight, Raf. Always appreciate you, man. The homie Nintendo 504 is here. The buddy Mr. X, one of the newer moderators and member of the community. We welcome you as well. Tyler, good to see you, man. Stacey is here. Good to have you. Todd also made it tonight. Michael, appreciate you stopping by. Gene, good to see you, my friend. Ayan, thank you for stopping by tonight. The brother Siova is in the house. Big shout out to the SMT Nation. Joeseph is here. Can't wait to watch on my iPhone 11 Pro Max. Got yourself one of them premium offerings, as they say. 1-5 says T-Mobile is Garbini. Yeah. Fake 5G, fake maps. They will ruin Sprint. I got to ask, what was Sprint before? I mean, I don't know. Trying to be objective here. They weren't doing much. MS, good to have you. Info assistant. Yeah, we're approaching 10,000 subs. So take a look at the sub count on my channel info or whatever. While you're there and you're checking out my sub number, go ahead and hit the like button. That'd be cool. Share this to Twitter. Share this to the Gram. Share it to the book. Is that a thing? The book, Facebook? No, that's not a thing.
For some,
okay.
I guess.
Okay, so give it to the Gram, give it to the book, give it to the Twitters. Is Google Plus still a thing?
No, Google shut that down.
Email this to all your coworkers and piss them off. A needless email on Friday night. Just go ahead and do that. What's up, Bob? Good to see you, man. Glad you could be here holding it down with moderating duties tonight.
You can technically share it by text message, too.
Sure. Yeah. Put me in a multimedia message of like 7,000 contacts, bro. So they'll just be like, what the hell is this? That'd be a good reaction. Sean, what is going on? How you doing, bro? Mike, John, Matt Dub. All right. This thing is starting to jump on me. Steve, what is up, man? The homie A Spiller is here. Scotty. I see you guys. Aiden is here. Maverick is here. Everybody was going at it on the new T. The T. Bro, when you say T, I think testosterone. Like when you say the T, because that's how they refer
it's the
to
same
it.
thing. We operate the same way.
Testosterone of the T-Mobile. Oh, man. DGAF is here. Trill Boy Gaming is in the house. Good to have you guys. Rich Z, I see you as well. Max Finley. Telecom Goat, man. Telecom Goat. What's up, Jar Cohen? Good to have you. I hope I didn't miss anybody else. I see Ram. I see the homie Mike Dub. I think that's everybody up till now. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. Oh, Carlos finally popped in. What is up? When no rural coverage or it ain't steady. All right, so here we go. The farmers need coverage. Yes, indeed. The farmers. And the farmers, we know what they're farming. So enough said. Brandon, good to have you on. Is Sprint going to use Movie Star in Mexico? I'm not familiar. Anybody know of this company?
No idea.
Sorry, bro. Couldn't help you there. Filed a Better Business Bureau complaint against Boost Mobile. Sheesh. That was fast. So you're filing it against the old Boost Mobile or the new one? Because that, you know, it's going to fall on deaf ears if you're filing against the old one. You know? Josh, what is up? Peacock TV service. I've heard of this. What's up, homie Lou? Did I miss anybody? I think that's it. Too much magenta on here. Yeah, guys, cut it out. And actually, I don't mind. I don't mind the color combo because it's mostly black. The pink is on the trim level. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I said, bro, homie with the overdone pink, he can't be skipping leg day anymore, bro. He needs to cut it out, man. He's on them scooters and all that, bro. That stuff's got to stop. What's up, Cigar? That's one heck of a name, Cigar Brent. Smoking them black and miles, huh? And then backwoods. You get what you pay for. I ain't cheap. I can afford to pay my bill. I don't need stupid tax and fees. Carlos, get on here, bro. Like, why are you doing this? Like, this is the most passive aggressive I've ever seen you. Usually you shoot me straight, bro. Why are you doing this to me, man?
He's missing his T-Mobile SIM. I just know it. Just pop it back in there, Carlos. You're good, man.
I asked Carlos a question. I said,
You
would
too,
you still
Sneed.
feel? I said, would you feel the same way about T-Mobile if they didn't hijack half of your business lines? You know, and he never gave me an answer.
Oh yeah, he did. Check Twitter.
Oh, he did? Oh, I missed it. I mean, I think because I was instigating, me and Caleb were messing with him. I think it's right around the time I sent that Wilfred Brimley gif
Yep.
or whatever. All right. There's a lot going on in wireless right now. We could pick any topic we want. There's phones we could talk about. The T-Mobile network is always a topic of conversation. The big thing this week were all of the articles kind of celebrating the top end speeds that people were getting in East Village and Manhattan. We're kind of like, I want to call it kind of ground zero. I don't want to be insensitive, but like it's like the first place where they're actually doing 2.5 build out. So everybody's making a big deal about it, and it's really nice. We got, I know that people were getting screenshots of the service mode and the connection logs last week, but we actually got like, you know, articles that were being produced and written discussing all the connections. So I got to see, you know, all the bandwidth that was put, you know, each of the channels. They talked about how they were aggregating the carriers. Carlos was right. Carlos mentioned the LAA last week. So Carlos, you're right. All right. If that makes you feel good, if that helps you sleep at night. I was actually disappointed by the speeds, though. Like when I found out they were doing LAA, that to me must mean it was like a small channel, maybe like a 10 megahertz channel or something. I don't know. What are they like in terms of the availability? Caleb, do you know?
I mean, that's pretty much it. You're going to run like a 10 or 20 megahertz channel.
Okay. All right. So, because
I mean, for the New York layer, though, that you know, for those connections, we call that a baseline.
Mhm.
You know, that 1.2 gigabytes. That's a baseline to say, hey, you know, this is what we can expect for the amount of users on the tower. You know, this is what we need for maybe additional capacity. This is maybe what we need to add to the tower, you know, for more connections, maybe more capacity. So we use tests like that as the baseline. For the baseline.
The Robert, thank you for the super chat. Says, sorry, I know it's early in the stream. Caleb, how's the Miami, Florida area going as far as network integration? Caleb only really tracks the Los Angeles area, so he's not really going to have that info.
Sorry,
But
man.
what I would recommend is maybe looking into Twitter. You can find a lot of information. You might get connected to, you know, somebody from the care team that could give you some info there. Maybe someday, Caleb, you actually do end up working in Miami. You know, you play, and you never know, man. Gene, thank you for the super chat. That's very nice of you, man. Appreciate the generosity. You're always very kind and donating.
Is that the new Nike hat?
Is that a Nike branded?
No.
Oh.
Hey,
Is that the one that came with the starter kit?
Yes.
Hey, Lena. How you doing, Lena? Lena says, "I miss you, boo." Oh, okay, we're gonna play that game. All right, let's see how it is.
Really? She does? I mean, man.
All right, Sean. Let's see what Sean's got to say. This one is already getting spicy in the beginning. First sentence. I find it hysterical. All these people were cheering on T-Mobile for the merger. Now the coverage is struggling, so people hate them. In 18 months, it'll be great, and they'll be back on the bandwagon. And Sean, actually, you're right on like the 99% premise of what you wrote. I actually think it's going to be sooner than that. I think T-Mobile will be a lot better within a calendar year. So if we say the start of the merger and the network integration is May, if we're looking at May of 2021, I think the T-Mobile network is unidentifiable compared to what it is today. It will be completely different.
Let me add to that point a little bit. If you guys recall on all the agreements that they had to make with the state attorney generals, not just in California, but places like Nevada, Texas, Mississippi, I think it was, they have to abide by certain build out requirements and certain speed requirements, and usually about a 3 to 4 year timeline. So you think next year they're going to get started on that, or be well underway on that.
Yeah, and the deals that they have with certain states may vary by like a speed requirement or a time frame or something like that. But for the most part, they're not really going to change too much of the approach. It's they've got a plan on how they want to do it. They've already, Neville's already talked about, was it 1,000 sites per month nationally?
Yeah.
Okay, so and he says at the peak of network build out, they're going to be at 5,000 a month.
Yeah.
I mean, which is an absurd rate. That is crazy. I thought to myself, where do you get the labor? Like where do you have the actual engineers, the field techs? Like, who the hell is doing all that?
The apes.
They go up there and start, doing their thing. They got to that tower site over there by Carlos. There's a number on those cables. I dig the ambition. Actually, I don't want to poo-poo the ambition. I know it's going to be hard to do 5,000 sites in a month for any extended period of time. I'd say it'd be hard to do that over the course of 2 months, like 2 consecutive months. Like that would be crazy. Anybody can do anything once. Sustaining it's a lot harder to do. And then what if you come across hiccups? What if you come across issues? Progress gets halted. What if there's a weather event, bro? We just saw what happened with the pandemic, right? We just saw what happened with an economic fallout. So anything could happen, apparently. You can have all the plans you want, but, things can occur. Ace Spiller, I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to do a video on this tonight, and I'll upload it tomorrow. Look, I love to see DSS out there, but North Texas? What's North Texas? That was my only thing with that announcement from AT&T. The fact that somebody has DSS out, great, right? And then I thought to myself, North Texas. So I'm not in North Texas. I don't know anybody in North Texas. The fact that AT&T has, what phones would it be? It would be the S20, Ultra, Plus, and the regular, and it would be the Note 10 Plus 5G. That's what AT&T's got for compatible DSS phones. So I thought to myself, like, okay, that's 5% of the AT&T population in northern Texas. So I don't know how many customers they got out there, but the 5% that have those phones would be, because everybody on AT&T has an iPhone. It's like, what DSS you talking about? So there's a couple, but I do want to celebrate the fact that they did, use. It's out there. They're using it. That's cool. I'd love to see what it does for people. I'd love to see. I'm guessing it's going to be N5 and LT5, and then probably what else would they do, Caleb? 2?
It'd be N5, N66, probably band 2 and band 30 later on.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see it working. I'd like to see it doing the little switcherooski.
They
right?
might do all bands. I don't know. It's hard to tell, what their configuration would be, but most likely they would probably start it off with, band 5 and band 66 because they need to bridge the gap from 4G to 5G, and the low band 5G is on band 5.
Maverick, I have to disagree with you. You said Sprint is loaded with spectrum, but not much cash flow. Zero cash flow. Debt. So I have to disagree with you there. I could not call that cash flow. If you've ever seen a river dried up, it's just dirt. That would be their cash flow. It would be dirt, a dried up riverbed. So just calling it like it is, bro. A spade is a spade. Hashtag spade a spade in the live chat. All right. Let's do let's slide down here. I thought I missed one I wanted to get to. Why does Caleb's hat look like it's way too big? That thing is a monster on your head. Not really. I think it's just the angle, maybe.
Fine.
It's,
You want your hat off?
no, dude, do what you want to do. You
Anybody
can put the aviators on if you want. Do your thing, bro.
I'm just forget it. Hats off.
Greg says T-Mobile needs to kick up the rural, stop the BS coverage map. They need to match Verizon's tower. It's hard to do, man. Nobody's been able to match Verizon's coverage, though. That's hard to do, man. T-Mobile for the win in Hawaii. Are they known for having good coverage in Hawaii? Is that like a thing? People know that?
I think he's probably talking about maybe the roaming. I'm sorry. No, that was in Alaska.
Yeah,
Actually,
that was Alaska.
I was going to say, T-Mobile only has a handful of sites in Hawaii.
Yeah, they only have a handful. But
Who are they
probably
roaming
going
on? AT&T, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Michael,
Yeah,
I know
maybe.
Michael understands, I think, the situation with California really well. He's aware of the topography. He's aware of all the issues, the difficulty in deploying cellular service out there. The CPUC will definitely demand fire safety on the towers. Yeah, that was a problem for the last few years. So, yeah, and actually, bro, the CPUC was on the hot seat for a while, literally, for issues out there in California.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, they'll be crossing the T's and dotting the I's on that. KM Elliott, is good to see you. Long time no see. It has been a while. Welcome to the show. Glad you could stop by. North Texas is Dallas-Fort Worth, so basically they should have stayed at the home base. That is AT&T's home base. That's right. Who else we got here? Tech Loving Mama's here. We are good. Believe you me, we're excellent. Thank you for asking, and glad you could stop by tonight. AT&T in their ad says the best network for iPhones. Caleb, true? AT&T network, the best for iPhones?
They did. I remember them saying that.
I think we're the most optimized for iPhones.
Yeah.
It's definitely not Verizon and T-Mobile's.
Will the iPhone 12 Pro Max do DSS?
Yes.
I hope so.
You feel 99% confident in that, Caleb?
Yeah, I do, because the DSS is actually based on the modem, and it's going to have the X55 modem in the new iPhone 12.
Is that confirmed? X55?
It's going to be the X55 or X60, but most likely the X55.
Yeah, it can be the X60, dog. That thing won't be ready till December.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the X55, but either or, it's still do DSS for you.
North Texas is huge, plenty of population in industry. I don't get the question. I mean, North Texas. I mean, it's cool. It's a region. I'm thinking to myself, oh, you're going to do DSS. You're going to do it in like a handful of markets or something, maybe a dozen. I was expecting more than one market, It's DSS. It's not millimeter wave. You know what I'm saying? It was surprising to see it so limited. I mean, maybe it's just a testing bed. I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking. Probably just a testing script.
A spiller. Hashtag spade is a spade. Hashtag sprint all dried up. Question, is my S20 Ultra not capable with eSIM? I think we're expecting an update on that pretty soon. No, it's not, because you didn't pay it off first. I think it just needs an update. And hopefully that's coming soon. Yes, AT&T headquartered in Dallas. Yes, indeed. Young grasshopper. Spade is a spade. Indeed it is. What's up, Omar? Ban who? No, I don't want to ban anybody. Why would I ban? What's going on in the live chat? John says, Caleb, that hat looks like a duck beak.
You know what? If I get one more comment about how I look and my hat, my Jamaal swag, I'm going to do this. Got it? Just
Hey,
messing with you.
Carter, good to see you, man. Glad you could make it tonight. Austin, hey, man. What is going on? Let's see. Steve says AT&T home office in Texas, probably the reason why they started. Sure. Agreed. Absolutely. The big homie Lou, thank you for the $2 super chat. Spade is a spade, right? Totally agree, man. That's the saying. That's how we live. California CPUC is a joke. They think they can regulate everything and the rest of the country has to follow. Why is that? I don't know. I can't blame organizations for trying to jockey for position and stuff. I don't know.
Well, they definitely got the best deal.
They did. I think Nevada did pretty good. I think California did better. Mississippi didn't ask for too much. Nothing that the merger wasn't going to do anyways. So yeah, I think California did good. We'll see if it's even possible, man. There's some people really doubting if it can be achieved in that time frame.
It will.
Well, I mean, Caleb, if the red tape is removed and the FCC guidelines hold up in every state and every municipality, then there's a chance.
Yeah, exactly. That's I'm really banking on that for June 9th.
You remember the part in Dumb and Dumber? So you're telling me there's a chance. It's like
so you're telling me there's a chance.
Yeah. What's up, Jad? Can't wait till the network. Yeah. Oh, he's looking at the suitcase. Samsonite, right? Can't wait until the networks are integrated in California. T-Mobile needs it bad. Bro, they're awful here too, man. The integrations have been rough. My house was bad before. Now it's like a train wreck. 3G and HSPA celebrations on the daily. What makes AT&T better optimized for iPhone? Just curious. I think a lot of their network testing that they do when they like field test their towers and when they do optimizations and stuff, and anytime there's modifications and changes, they're using iPhones. So that way they know how it performs using that phone.
But they're even base brand software is even geared for iPhone when Verizon and T-Mobile are both geared for Android.
I just don't understand, like, how could the phone that sells the best be the phone that has the worst cellular hardware? That's really my only gripe with the iPhone is the fact that the modems have been an ongoing issue for consecutive generations. Like, in its primary form, it's still a phone. So to knowingly be putting in lower than acceptable performing modems just seems like you're breaking rule number one of a smartphone, right? It's a phone. You're going to have to call. You're going to be sending and receiving text and then transmitting data. You need a strong modem, and the RF on those phones is not good. Look at the signal strength. It's the weakest. When you look at Intel modems, you look at the carrier aggregation capabilities, and you look at the MIMO technologies, they're always way behind. They're at least one generation behind in cellular technology. Always. At least one.
Yeah, So when Apple settled their dispute with Qualcomm, they signed like a 5-year agreement to actually use their modems in iPhones. So that's why they're going to be using their Qualcomm modems for at least 5 years. Past that, I can't really say anything else, but at least they'll be using the Qualcomms instead of the Intels.
So check this out, Caleb. This question, Tech Leva Mama asked me this on Twitter, I think like 2 days ago. So I adjusted the video on Visible, right? And one of the things about Visible is the fact that it's LTE only. So that kind of is a sticking point for some people who live out in the sticks, right? If there is 3G as like a primary connection somewhere, those people are like, yeah, I need 3G. That means Visible is not really going to be good for them as a primary. So then you have a company like Spectrum, which comes into the fold. Do they have access to Verizon's legacy tech?
No, they're the same thing. So actually, how that agreement worked was this: they did the exact same agreement that Spectrum. I'm sorry, that Xfinity Mobile did.
Xfinity Spectrum. Mobile, and then the other one is what is the one that Comcast does? Whatever the other one is, there's two of them. It's Xfinity Mobile and Spectrum. Spectrum Mobile. Yeah.
They did the exact same agreement with Verizon regarding that. So
So it's LTE only. They will have millimeter wave access and 5G access, but no legacy tech. So
I'm
that means
surprised. I mean, if she gets like a full 3G signal, I'm surprised she doesn't have a full LTE signal up that way, which is surprising to me.
yeah, go ahead and do that ban, Bob. Go ahead. Just ban him. S20 ultra wideband on Verizon has N2, N5, N66. So waiting for the update. Yeah, you'll get the update from the carrier based on the availability. They're not going to turn it on when it's not near deployment, but it should be pretty soon. Future of satellite internet, Starlink, Elon Musk, NASA, SpaceX, global coverage. I actually, here's what I'll say about that. I think it's going to help a lot of RVers. I think it's going to help a lot of boaters. And it's going to help a lot of people in rural America because the way that they'll have access to the internet over options like HughesNet and whatever DSL garbage they have access to wherever, those regional providers are and stuff. I don't really want to get into too much of it, but I love the concept of Starlink. I believe in Elon Musk as a businessman. He's so committed to success that he doesn't care what it takes. Like the dude wanted to put a car on the moon. He didn't give a damn. Like whatever it costed, he was going to put a car on the moon. Like he just wanted to do it. I just like that about him. He's weird. He's awkward and he's strange, but he's brilliant and he's got will to see something all the way through. So
I'm actually a huge proponent of Starlink. They're going to be putting about 30 to 40,000 LEO or low Earth orbiting satellites up there. Mav, I'm right there with you, man. I mean, I can't wait to test that out once it becomes available. I think Sneed's right. It's going to be a great option for people that don't have DSL or cable or good mobile broadband service.
You never know. Your neighbor might use it and like it, and then that might entice you to try it. It might be better than what you have. I'll tell you right now, I'll leave Cox in a heartbeat. I mean, it's like serious. That's not even a thought, bro. They'd be gone in a second. I'd be like, yeah, Starlink, send me over the bill. I'll try it out for a month. Chances are I'd probably keep it. A 15 millisecond latency is pretty good. How does that shape up for gaming? Is it going to be good enough? 2020 standards, is that good enough for gaming?
Considering the standard home internet now, especially over cable, it's 20, 25.
Mine's like around 10 or 15.
No, it is. So like the average latency which we use for like throughput measurements is 12 milliseconds. So 15 milliseconds is pretty on par, especially for satellite. So that's good.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing, like you should still probably have some other options depending on where you live. But I think fixed home 5G is going to be just as important to customers as the Starlink will be. I prefer actually the fixed home 5G as an option for me. That's what I want. In a perfect world, I want to go completely wireless. And I really wish Verizon would just go ham. I actually trust Verizon. I know a lot of people don't trust them, but I like the new CEO. I like the new business model, and I trust their product. I know what they're doing with their network is working. Yeah, they need more spectrum, and who knows what 6 gigahertz and 12 gigahertz is going to bring to the table, and C-band and all that. So I'm going to leave all my options out on the table. If I have Starlink, Verizon Home 5G, mobile millimeter wave, and mid-band, C-band, all these different connections, bro, you're literally able to do whatever you want no matter where you are. That's really what it comes down to. Me and Carlos on Periscope, we're set. We're happy as hell, right? We're going to have all types of upload, you can do anything. Like you could send massive files on the go. Hey, I need that file. I need that presentation. It happens instantaneously. Networks aren't crashing. They're never overloaded. You're at the Knicks game because the Knicks suck, right? And you want to download the next Game of Thrones season. You could do that on millimeter wave, bro, in the Madison Square Garden if you want, Lawrence says Sneed loves my visible speeds in Hawaii. I do. $4.99 super chat. Look, man, I saw the same performance here in Cleveland with Visible. I'm a big fan of Visible. You're not going to beat $25 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data and tethering. Where are you going to beat that, bro?
The Sprint starter package.
No, it does not. No.
I'm just teasing.
Yeah, no way. Oh, snap. The brother Tana Solit. Hashtag on the go. Bro, it is really cool being able to upload a YouTube video over LTE. Like certain tower sites can do it. I want that all the time, bro. I want that all over the place. If you're in a city that has towers every 2 miles, why shouldn't you be able to do that? I get it, man. If you're in, I don't know Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and I don't know if it's hit or miss there or whatever, and you're on Olive Branch, Mississippi, maybe you can't do that, but come on, man. If there's a tower site every couple miles, it should be performing, Thanks for the super chat, Lawrence. Appreciate you. Yeah, the Knicks suck. Man, the Knicks are a horrible franchise, man. That is by far like the armpit of the NBA. They have who's worse than the Knicks, bro? Like, you got the most famous arena in the world, the most money of any professional franchise in your sport, and your owner is just horrible, incompetent, and you can't put together a winning team. The Knicks suck. I almost feel bad for New York fans, but then again, they got a Super Bowl twice, right? They got 2 Super Bowls. So yeah, they suck in one sport, but they win in the other. So no, I don't feel bad. I'm from Cleveland, bro. We don't win anything. If it wasn't for LeBron, we wouldn't even have a championship in this town. Jim Brown won one in 1963. Dude, think about that. 63. What was that? 65 years ago. Jim Brown's 130 years old, bro. The last time we won a Super Bowl. Not even a Super Bowl. It was called the NFL Championship. Yeah, thank you, Lawrence. Appreciate you. Telling you, bro. Knicks on some bull, man. What would be a good time frame for T-Mobile to have banned 41 nationwide? Nationwide's tough, man. I don't know. Nationwide, that's basically say 90% of the country, or 70% of the country. That's nationwide, right? If T-Mobile has nationwide now for their network, how long would it take them to do band 41 the way they did their current network now? I mean, their network's 20 years old. So 20 years? I don't know, man. It's going to take a while. Neville says under 3 years, 2 years. Prepare to be surprised. Whatever, bro.
Nationwide, I would say 6.
Yeah. I'm with you there, bro.
Yeah, it'd be 70,000 tower sites if every single one of them had an N41 on it. Or band 41.
Well, they're not doing LTE for 41, right?
Don't think so.
No, it's straight 5G.
So the way it's going to work is full decom, all Sprint LTE 41, and then recom, all things NR for 41.
Right, but keep in mind your connection will go both LTE and 5G.
Oh, because of DSS?
Right.
They don't want DSS right now. We're not doing DSS, buddy. Neville talks about how they don't need DSS. They really don't, actually. When you have that type of midband, you really don't need DSS for now. Maybe it's kind of good that it's not really on the radar. They can just focus on getting out the N41 and worry about, shutting down, or what would it be? The PCS. They gotta decomment and then recommission it as band 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they got fish to fry, man.
I need DSS here. North Carolina is like a Spectrum death hole.
Even with Sprint?
Yeah, even with Sprint. North Carolina for all carriers here is seriously a Spectrum death hole.
Okay,
no
right,
carrier has much.
So North Carolina doesn't have Spectrum. What do they have? Do they have lemonade? Do they have potatoes? What do they have, bro, if they don't have Spectrum?
We have barbecue.
You have barbecue, bro. There you go. You got brisket. You got pulled chicken and brisket. There you go. I'd rather have pulled chicken and brisket than extra spectrum. I'll be honest with you, bro. Somebody's got to have fiber out there. Right? You could give Wi-Fi to the whole neighborhood.
We need KO to bring his millimeter wave licenses here.
Sports teams are the reasons why cable TV is too high. I think it's just ESPN. I think they're the problem with sports programming. I think it's them. What's up, Bobby? 83 in the live. Hit the like button, fam. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Share this to the book. Share this to the gram and the Twitters. Dude, I remember when I first opened a Twitter account, I was the egg. You know, the icon, the little avatar. I was the egg. I never wanted to put my photo up there, man. Caleb has no beard. It's just stubble, you know? He's just got the stubs. I used to have great band 41 at my house. Whatever it is. I don't know what it gets now. Used to be awesome. Spare ribs. How are the ribs over there in North Carolina?
They're amazing. We're mainly known for pulled pork.
Pulled pork. So I visited Nashville 2014 or 15. 14. They got some good barbecue there too, dude. I ate a lot of barbecue when I was there. Tons of brisket, cornbread. I gained like 10 pounds in 3 days over there, bro.
You're going right up my alley since you said the cornbread.
Why is it so good? It's just bread, you know? It's delicious, man. They had it all, man. I mean, any place that had barbecue, I would just walk in. I'm like, can you just fix me a plate of whatever it is that you guys make amazing? You know, like what's your thing? What's your signature food? So they'd fix you a plate. You'd go and sit on the rooftop of the restaurant and you would eat, and they would have like live music. And I'm not into country music, but like it's live. So it was cool, bro. Honestly, I thought it was a good time, bro. Good food and good music. Band 41 near my house gets 150 download speed. So what do you got? Like 10 megahertz? What would that be, Caleb? If he's
no. He's getting a 20 megahertz at 3x carrier aggregation. So each sector is going to be 20 megahertz. So we carry that. So yeah, I mean, in California, I have Orange County sites that are pulling about 240, man, consistently.
I've seen. I never understood it, bro, because I never saw it here in Cleveland. But people were always showing me screenshots of Sprint getting like 600 megs and 400. I'm like, where does that happen? Because here it's like 100, and it's impressive because it's like one carrier of band 41, one carrier of band 25. I don't even know if band 26 was connected at the time, but like that's good, you know. Or it'd be like 241s and a 25. Is that typical?
That's what I'm saying. A lot of sites just have only 2 carrier ag on 41, but we're trying to bring up to 3 carrier aggregation. So yeah,
it's the only thing I will say about my usage. I can't use Sprint for what I want to do. Like what I want to do is I want to live stream. I cannot live stream on Sprint here. There's no upload. Carlos is like, yeah, just, call, get on band 25. I'm like, what is this? What do you mean call? I'm trying to do a live stream. I need to call, be connected to a customer service. Nah, man, that's ridiculous. I couldn't do it here. I tried to live stream on Periscope once on Sprint. It took a dump. You got to have at least 5 megabits per second to hold a decent stream. It's not even HD, like 480p. It's hard to do, and Sprint wasn't doing it here. And T-Mobile's inconsistent, right? It's great on some towers and bad on others. The only carrier that I trust to 100% is Verizon. And then even then it gets blurry sometimes, And AT&T, same thing. It's good, and then it gets blurry, and then it cuts out. It's, I can't wait for things to get better. Let's just put it that way. They looted the Boost Mobile store around the corner from me. Oh, that's not good. Use honey in your barbecue for good pulled pork. Can you confirm that, Tim?
I've never done honey in my pulled pork.
So instead of using like sugar, I'm guessing in the barbecue.
So we have two here. You can do either dry rub or vinegar based. A lot of the places here are vinegar based, and then you just load it up with hot sauce.
Put some hot sauce in my bag, turn my swag on. Bro, I love barbecue, man. Look, man, I'm trying not to eat too much red meat, but there's a special place for brisket in my heart, like scallops right next to the scallops at my heart. Scallops and then briskets like right next to it. And cornbread's like right hand. Like it's brisket, it's scallops and cornbread.
Yeah, Sneed, do you have Bojangles up there?
Oh man, I wish, dude.
God,
I wish.
now you want to talk about something amazing? A Bojangles chicken biscuit is heaven.
You know, Popeyes is okay over here, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's pretty good, bro. For a fast food joint, it's not bad.
Yeah, Popeyes is good. Bojangles is above Popeyes.
Yeah. There's levels to this, bro. You're right. There's levels. The thing about the places though in like the South is they're mom and pop places. It's usually not corporate, these large chains and stuff like that. It's some kind of recipes that have been in the family for like 7 generations. Like they got a recipe from like 1799. Like dude stole the recipe from Abe Lincoln. You know what I'm saying? And now he's got this like, restaurant, Tyler says, I love cornbread. Tyler, that's because you're a corny kind of guy, man. That's why you like cornbread. Hey, I had a friend named Colby back in the day, bro. I used to do the same thing to him. Colby, you're a cheesy kind of guy. Troy, have you tried Impossible Meat? I have not. Have you guys tried it?
No, I haven't.
Is he talking about like
it's the veggie
vegan meat? Yeah, vegan meat.
Yeah. I eat falafel all the time, but I know what that's made out of. That's made out of chickpeas.
I can't remember. Was it Carl's Jr. or some other burger restaurant had the vegan burger? I tried it. It was gross. Sorry.
Michael, thank you for the kind words, man. Support the channel. Let's bless the SMT and support Yasmin. Thank you so much. That's really, really nice of you, man. I got the best community in the land, bro. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I haven't tried the Impossible Burger or the Impossible Meat, whatever they're calling it these days. I don't know, man. I really don't even like burgers that much, like red meat burgers.
I got a burger here you would love.
I kind of like turkey burgers actually. But I don't like I don't eat it often.
If you ever come down to NC, my area, we need to go to a place called Bad Daddy's. They got a 10-ounce all Angus beef bacon cheeseburger that is absolutely incredible. It's actually a handmade patty in the restaurant.
How many ounces?
10 ounces.
See, bro, I feel like you're asking for like congestive heart failure with a 10-ounce burger, bro. Like it's just so massive. What would a McDonald's double cheeseburger have in terms of ounces? Would that be like 3 ounces of meat? Maybe 2.5 ounces.
No.
I don't know, dude. 10 ounces. That's just a lot of meat, bro. I don't know, man. I'll eat a 10-ounce steak, but that's pretty lean. It doesn't have all the fat that a lot of the ground beef does and stuff like that. Chick-fil-A is the best. Dude, my family loves Chick-fil-A. Yasmin will eat those nuggets. She hardly eats any type of stuff like that. She loves Chick-fil-A, the fries.
I'll do a spicy chicken sandwich combo any day of the week.
Yeah, my wife loves that combo.
Mac and cheese is good.
Bro, they never bring me anything.
Good.
If my wife is in this live chat right now, you have something to answer to. You guys never get me Chick-fil-A when you go. You always get yourself stuff. I don't get anything, bro. They're like, and then they come home and they eat it in front of me. There's like ketchup everywhere. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Bro, I'm literally a second-class citizen in my own house, bro. Seriously. It's so messed up. Lauren says new 0 lemon review video coming soon to my channel. Those charging cases. Look, man, I had one of those. I had one for my Google Pixel, OG Pixel. Bro, it is huge. Those 0 lemon cases are massive, but it'll keep your phone going for 3 days. Like, it's legit. It's like 8,000 milliamp hour battery. It's legit. Why are we talking about meat? Because we want to talk about meat. Are you upset? Does it bother you? Are we going off the beaten path? It's not cellular. Are you intimidated by it? You don't have an opinion on the meat?
You ever seen that movie PCU? Yeah. Meat is murder.
Oh, man. Actually, man, we got to start grilling now. It's June. It's like summer's about to be in full swing. I mean, big time barbecue, man.
Dude, it's a matter of time for I pull out the charcoal grill, get a couple slabs of ribs, get some beers in the fridge, and just slow cook all afternoon.
Yeah. Now, I used to use charcoal primarily. Like, that was pretty much it. I've switched to some propane and propane accessories. All right, if you guys ever watch King of the Hill. I mean, it's pretty convenient, dude. You turn the knob a quarter turn, you get your burners going.
Yeah, I mean, gas grill has its place, but if you just want to kick back, relax, and just enjoy the Mother Nature the way it's supposed to be, you got to do charcoal.
Now so I like to do whole chickens. I'll cut the chicken in half, but I'll do whole chickens, marinated overnight. And those have to be over either some form of charcoal and wood. You know, like the smoky flavor and stuff like that. I will not do those. I will not do those chickens over propane. I can't do it. I ain't cutting it, bro. So I'm with you there. Kebabs. You know, like it's just fantastic, bro.
I haven't done kebabs in years.
Oh, dude. Listen, to get to a woman's heart, good kebabs. Seriously. I'm not even joking, bro. I do scallops, I'll do shrimp, I'll do the whole nine, man. We'll do like green peppers, onions. I mean, it all goes, bro. It's all good. You need to bring in a grill on the next dude. I will freaking do it, and you know I will, bro. I don't have to wear pink stuff though. You know, I don't skip leg day either. So I'll rock shorts with the Pick'em's legs. All right. I got quads for days, bro. Tree chunks. All right. I'm at 33 subs on YouTube. All right. I want to give a shout out to Lawrence at Chanel 808 Life Hawaii. Please go ahead and subscribe to his channel. He is a member of the SMT Nation, a huge supporter of the SMT on Patreon, a member of the Sneed Army, a moderator and supporter. Please go over there, subscribe to his channel, watch some of his videos, and that would be amazing. I don't ask you guys for much, but that'd be one thing I wish you guys would do for me. Please subscribe to his channel. Chanel 808 Life Hawaii. Aloha, my dude. Yeah. Didn't know I knew how to speak that stuff, did you? Yeah.
Yeah, mahalo, man.
Aloha. Slow cooker Sunday. See, but I ain't slow cooking, bro. I'm cooking with the heat, man. I don't do the slow cooking nonsense. I'm hungry, you know.
So I'm kind of a weirdo. So what I use is the the gas grill with the propane, but I also put the wood fire chips in there for like a cedar or like an oak smell, right, to get into the meat, and then I place a matte grill on there to get actually the grill marks on it wherever I'm cooking.
Well, that's just for aesthetic, though.
Because I'm a weirdo.
You know?
Yeah, that's just for aesthetic. That's not even.
I mean, when I really want to go next level, I'll use my gas grill to sear, and then slow cook the meat on charcoal after I've got a good sear on it.
Yeah. Michael, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate you. Mike, you're always so kind to do that and donate by PayPal. So thank you for that. I just want to let everybody know, if you do decide to donate, there's two ways you could do it. You could do it by PayPal. There's a link in the description, or you could do it through super chats. Either way is plenty. So thank you so much for that. Thanks for the super chat sticker, Lawrence. Appreciate you. What's the sticker? What's it doing? Dancing, spinning? What is it doing? Anybody know? I can't see it on the StreamYard side, but
I'm on my phone, so I can't tell.
All right, but thank you for that. My wife does the corn, but to make it finish faster, she boils it first and then she grills it. So that way it doesn't have to be on the grill for like 45 minutes. So she'll boil it and then 5 minutes on the grill. Just rotate it around, and like Caleb kind of said, you get it like a certain desired color, and then everybody's happy. Put a little butter on it. Oh, it's a fist bump. Good looking out, Bray. I hate Visible. They have chat-only customer care. I mean, you can hit them on Twitter, bro. Hit them in the DM. Not trying to be weird or anything, but you can hit them in the DMs. Appreciate the fist bump. Yeah. Speaking of fist bump, there are fights tomorrow night in the UFC. Everybody's wearing a mask over at the weigh-ins. There's some good fights, man. Do you guys watch any of that stuff?
Not typically.
A little bit here and there. I haven't caught up on much of it, but
you a Conor McGregor kind of guy? When he fights, you want to see it?
No.
I was gonna say there's certain people that like certain fighters.
I was gonna say my go-to sport is football.
So the Carolina Panthers for you, Timmy?
Carolina Panthers and Denver Broncos.
Why the Broncos?
Because my wife's originally from Denver. So I kind of have to root for them. No, I willingly rooted for them when they had Peyton Manning.
I feel like they were just in a Super Bowl about 6-7 years ago.
Yeah, it's right before Peyton Manning retired.
Yeah. I think the Broncos won. And
the defense is what made them win. It sure wasn't their offense.
Peyton Manning.
He was basically like handing the ball off to two different running backs.
Dude, all that guy does is like Allstate commercials and whatever, and he just, when the Patriots kicked his butt, all he was doing is, I just lost the Super Bowl.
Chicken parm, you taste so good.
I still see his Papa John's commercials every once in a while.
Exactly. That's always
right. Hey man, if you had a personality that people jived with, and you could exploit that to make money, can't knock the hustle, man.
I guess.
Come on, bro. Have you heard some of the athletes speak, bro? Sometimes it's like it's like a machine.
I'm a Tom Brady fan because my family went to U of M. No, come on.
No, don't.
I'll be a Tampa Bay
overrated. Bill Belichick. He didn't win without Bill Belichick.
Deflate gate.
This year is going to be sweet, bro. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yep.
With Tom Brady, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, OJ Howard. Like, they got stars, bro, at these positions, and they got, they drafted a running back. They got a guy from last year that's pretty good. Barber, I think his name.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
The defense was like, they created turnovers last year. I don't know, at an obligation or whatever, but they're going to be good, bro. I think they win like 12 games this year.
Oh, yeah.
And with Tom Brady, he's going to take care of the ball in the playoffs at least. He'll do it through the year too. I don't know. I want to draft like Chris Godwin and Mike Evans in my fantasy league. I'm like, I don't want to draft Tom Brady because I think I could do better than that. No offense, Caleb. But I will take the guys he's throwing to. It's fantasy football, bro.
Yeah, I mean, they'll have good wide receivers and everything, but I just, I'm excited to see what he's going to do at the Buccaneers.
So hold on a second, bro. I'm not allowed to hate Tom Brady. The guy has like 7 Super Bowls. He married a supermodel wife. He has all the money in the world, and I'm supposed to celebrate him? No, I'm going to hate him. He has everything.
Yeah, dude, that's my point. I mean, he's got the most MVPs and Super Bowls out of anybody. So
why do I have to root for him?
Because he's the best.
No.
Yes.
No. You don't root for the best. This is why some people
hate the
underdog. Yes, give me the sucker that just the clock is right 2 times a day. Give me that guy. All right.
That'll be the Detroit Lions if you want the underdog.
I love the Lions, bro.
Oh God.
I absolutely love the Lions. I love the Lions.
I don't like the Lions, and I'm from Michigan. I can't stand the Lions.
I hate watching the Lions every Thanksgiving lose.
Okay, what about the Cowboys? You see them on Thanksgiving, you still talking smack? They're annoying too.
I'm not a Cowboys.
Most of the time the Cowboys win.
I don't know, man. Hopefully they play on time. The season gets started, bro. Football's a lot of fun for me, at least. My wife hates football season. I don't get off the couch, bro. The TV's always on. I got like 3-4 phones, each a different fantasy league. She absolutely hates it.
Yeah, when I have to work Sundays at T-Mobile, we got the game going in the back room.
He's got like all the demo model phones, like showing different games on the red zone.
No, I got TV in my back room.
Nice, dude. Like cable TV?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. You put that in the budget?
No, T-Mobile pays for it.
Nice. So John's skipping leg day to just watch the NFL with you guys, or what? Do it slow cooker. What is going on in the live chat? Oh, Barry Sanders. All right, look, man. If we're gonna talk about the Detroit Lions, Barry Sanders was so amazing. You want to talk about physically gifted and talented?
How fast could that dude run?
It wasn't
I
the top.
never heard anyone said.
No, he's not that fast. It was the quickness. He was like a jackrabbit, head bob, move, cut back. It was the quickness because he got caught from behind on those long runs multiple times. They'd get him, from the back on the horse collar tackles back in the day. He used to get caught all the time, but he was so quick, he was hard to tackle. And then he retired early. Like he only played like 10 years. He probably could have played another 3 or 4 years at his climax of his career, but he fell out with management, and then he didn't even finish out his contract. They wouldn't release him, so he's like, "I'll just retire. Screw you guys."
And then when I was younger, my favorite running back used to be Jerome Bennis, the bus on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The bus.
Used to just watch him run up the middle and just charge straight through.
But those guys don't last. The ones that take on the contact. They play like
their bodies get too banged up.
Yeah, the damage. It's just like what is it, Demolition Derby? How many collisions can you take on? Eventually, the car just dumps out, bro. Yeah. With the Cowboys, what could go wrong will go wrong. 100%, man. Yep, it's 100%. Every year they have. Every year the Cowboys fans have this sense of like we're gonna win the Super Bowl, and then the same thing happens every year. They stink it up.
They're horrible.
They miss the playoffs or they lose in the first round, and they're like dejected for like the next 3 months until the draft. They're like, yeah, we won the draft. They got some guy and whatever. Nintendo 504 says Brady not a winner. He had to cheat to win.
I wasn't even going to bring that up.
I don't know if he had to cheat to win. I think yeah, he's good, but I still don't like him. No, I'm not going to like him, bro. It's never going to happen.
He has the most records too. So, I mean, come on. Doesn't matter.
He cheated, bro.
I can't cheat on just every record.
Well, that's the reason he's got those records, or else he'd be second on all those records. All right. Target put on Facebook they're temporarily closing their stores. Not good. No curfew in my city. Good. Glad to hear it. Everybody's chilling. Target stores. Well, I know that a lot of people. Yeah, happy to you, Jamil. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything is good. I hope you're doing well. Hope the family is good. Inshallah, everybody's healthy and well.
Caleb, did you hear the number this morning of stores that got damaged?
No, I didn't pay attention to it.
767 stores nationwide got looted and vandalized.
Oh, whoa. Is that all T-Mobile stores, or is it just?
That's just straight T-Mobile. 767 stores.
How many stores are there nationally, Tim?
About 9,000.
Right. Yeah.
So like 6%, 7% of the stores got damaged, looted.
Yep.
Yeah. Cowboys were the team of the 90s. I don't know. The 90s were characterized by a couple of teams. I'd say the Cowboys.
49ers.
So the Niners had some early,
Redskins.
Right? Yeah.
Redskins had one. Right? They had like 90. I don't know. They had one. The Cowboys had two. The Niners had a couple, I think. Anybody else have more than one in the 90s? Steelers had one, maybe?
Green. Well,
Yeah, Brett Favre probably
Green
had one.
Bay?
I was gonna say the
Green Bay had
Packers,
one.
yeah.
But they each had like one. That's the thing. And when it comes to Super Bowls, it's hard to repeat. I mean, even did the Patriots ever repeat? I don't think they did.
Yeah, yes, they did. Yes, of course.
Didn't they alternate? Like they'd win one, lose one, win one, lose one.
There's been a couple times where they're back to back, and a couple times where they were 1 year, a couple times where they alternated. I remember 2 years where they won right in a row.
Okay, let's take a look here.
I remember when the Colts beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
All right, here's
that game. Okay,
here's the complete history of Super Bowl back-to-backs. Green Bay with Super Bowl 1 and 2. Miami Dolphins with Super Bowl 7 and 8. Steelers with Super Bowl 9 and 10. Steelers again with 13 and 14. Niners with 23 and 24. Cowboys with 27 and 28. Oh, the Cowboys had 3 in the 90s. Crap. I totally forgot. So they won 2 with Hair Guy and then 1 with Barry Switzer. I forgot about that. Jimmy Johnson. 2 with Jimmy Johnson. Broncos repeated 98 and 99. Wow, more than I thought, actually. All right, so New England's first one was in 02. Then they did back-to-back in 04 and 05. So you were right about that, Caleb. And that was it. They did repeat once.
Yeah, that's right. It was once, and then the rest were alternate.
I'll never forget the game where the Colts beat the Patriots at the Super Bowl.
Oh, my footballs are deflated. Did you ever hear his radio interview? My balls have no air in them.
Oh God. But that game was literally the one game the Colts actually played defense, came from behind, and won.
Yeah, I know. Oh. Lost a bet during that game too.
You guys excited about any smartphones the rest of the year? I know, Caleb, you just upgraded, so you're probably not really doing much smartphone wise the rest of the year.
Well, iPhone 12. That's it.
Is that really on your radar? Like you're for sure gonna get that?
Yeah. No, after all the research I did, I can't do Pixel anymore. I'm done with Pixel.
How do you know for sure that you're gonna buy that phone? Like you never know what the iPhone really has until it comes out.
It's because they signed. If you read the articles, they recently signed the Qualcomm dispute to where they actually signed a 5-year contract back in 2019. Just to actually use the Qualcomm modems for the next 5 years.
It was December of 2019, right?
Right, so that's what they have to do.
Okay, so they've got a contract with Qualcomm. Okay, so their cellular performance is going to improve. Now, what else? What else is making you want to get this phone?
Looking at the antenna designs that Mr. Prosper sent, they're actually placed right.
Okay,
I sent that on a Twitter, so that's good. So, and also the A14 chip is going to be just as fast as what the iPads are, which is amazing. The cores are going to be great. So you're going to have a fast phone, X55 modem, good antenna placement, secure phone.
That's the only thing that kept me from getting an iPhone. Literally was that was it. Like, even when I had iPhone 7. Like I've always had an iPhone as a reference device, using certain apps, right, doing some testing, whatever. And even as a loaner, like when I used to do smartphone repairs, I used to actually give people an iPhone while I was repairing theirs. Like if it was going to be a 2-day repair, or if they had to send me something in the mail and I had to send it back, I would send them a loaner phone. They would put their SIM in there and use it, and then I would repair their phone. So I used to keep an iPhone 7, and if you had the Verizon or the Apple Unlocked or the Sprint iPhone 7, you had a Qualcomm chip or a Qualcomm modem. If you had the GSM, which would have been the T-Mobile or the AT&T, Tim, you know what I'm talking about, you had Intel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the lawsuits started, because literally the performance on the Qualcomm chips were so much better.
Right.
So
on the Pixel,
even on the iPhone X. If you bought the American model, it was Intel. If you bought the global model, it was Qualcomm.
What?
Yeah, on the iPhone X. I'm serious.
Dang.
I mean, the last phone to use the Intel modem was the iPhone 11. Okay. So the Pixel 6 now, they said that they don't want to pay Qualcomm any more licensing fees. So that's why they're going with the whole Whitechapel Samsung ARM SoC. Now, keep in mind that the Snapdragon 875 next year with the X60 modem, that's all going to be one SoC. So it's all going to be integrated, right? But then again, Google doesn't want to pay that. They don't want to even do the 7 series. They don't want to do the 8 series. They don't want to pay the licensing fees. And that's, if you think about it, everything, the whole made by Google thing, that's why they want to, make their own SoCs. And that's where they're doing the partnership with Samsung, which was horrible.
I'll definitely get the Pixel 5 after that. I guess wait and see.
Yeah, I don't like the prospects of anything other than Qualcomm. I'm even more accepting of a high-end mid-range processor from Qualcomm over an Exynos, or heaven forbid we end up with a MediaTek processor in a Google phone. That is so lame. Bro, that cannot happen. Friends would not let friends MediaTek.
It would be the modem. The chip, the SoC chip that they're using is going to have, it's an ARM-based, that's in collaboration with Samsung for the Pixel 6, but the modem is going to be separate, much how like Apple does theirs.
Yeah. So
the only missing piece right now is the modem. They can't do, they can do a Qualcomm, but it's not going to work that well with the SoC that they're going with. They can do MediaTek. They can't do Intel because Apple owns the Intel modem piece. They can't do Yahweh because it doesn't allow in the US. So the only options that they have, they got 3 options. One, they can do Qualcomm, but they jack up the price. See, the Qualcomm, the reason why they didn't do it in the first place is because Qualcomm, if you don't buy the SoC package, the extra cost of the modem is extra, right? The external modem is extra. And they're not going to do the Intel, obviously, because Apple owns that. So the only choices that they have is create their own MediaTek or pay the extra fee and licensing from Qualcomm if they want an extra modem.
I'll be willing to bet they're going to go the route they're going to make their own eventually.
That's what they're saying. That's what they want to do. That's why they're creating their own processor chips with the CPU and GPU integrated. And I'm willing to bet you they might create their own modem, but who knows how good that's going to be.
Let's bring this back a notch. OnePlus is selling their flagship for $699 with an 865 chip. Can we let that sink in, please? They don't have wireless charging, but it has everything else, and it's $699. Why is OnePlus good enough to do it for $699, but Google is not?
You make a great point. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. If one,
I think it's Google being stubborn. They're not willing to. They don't like to play nicely with Qualcomm. They just don't want to. I don't know. They just don't want it. They just want to be stubborn about it. That's my guess.
How much you want to bet Google's going to pull one of their moves and just absorb somebody again?
Like what they did with HTC's design team?
Or what they temporarily did with Motorola and then let Motorola go to Lenovo?
Well, they kept some things from Motorola.
They could buy MediaTek.
No. Friends don't let friends MediaTek.
Because, we all know Google's so big. If they can't do it in-house, they'll just buy somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they still don't have a good phone. They still don't have a good phone. Bro, it's an average phone at best.
Right.
The reason I have a Google Pixel 3 XL, the reason you have a Google Pixel 4 XL has nothing to do with the actual phone. and everything to do with the software.
It's all the software. The phone itself, you're right.
So-
From a hardware standpoint, it's 100% average. It's that stock Android.
So
I mean,
why?
literally, if I could go out right now and buy a Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus with stock Android, I would never buy another Google phone over again.
So why are we getting stuck on the? Why are we getting stuck on the high end processor then? That's what this is really about. It's the fact that they don't want a Snapdragon 865 in their chip this year.
Well, I was reading an article that they were saying. Well, they were saying that the Snapdragon 845 outperforms the 765G. That's what has me a little bit concerned.
That's not a surprise. That's the way it's always been. A 7 Series chip has never outperformed the year before or 2 years prior chipset.
That means they're really gonna have to. Well, they're really gonna have to optimize Android 11 for it to run right.
Yeah, they will. I mean, you'll have a 30% drop in CPU performance.
It's not really a big deal. Gene, thank you for the super chat, man. Thanks very much. The $8 super chat from Gene. Appreciate it. No questions, no comments, just generous. The percentage drop off is kind of overstated because I had a 3AXL. Outside of video rendering and like editing, that phone did it all. It didn't really hiccup until I had to do that one thing. Every app ran great. The signal on the call, on the data transmission, the speeds were good. Yeah, I guess it wasn't as fast as a Note 10 Plus 5G when it was connected to 5 carriers on AT&T or whatever, but it was good. I didn't have problems with it at all. The camera was good too. I wasn't a big fan of the video, but the still photography was really good. Google's missing the point. If they were to use a 768G, which would be the high-end mid-range chipset, the performance on it would be just fine. It's still going to be almost as good as last year's processor. You're probably going to have to put about 6 gigs of RAM, right? You're going to have to upgrade from your phone has 4 gigs, right, Tim?
No, it has 6.
Okay, so you're going to have to keep at least 6. Do you go to 8? Do you think that the Google phone needs 8 gigs?
From my experience, no.
I think it's overstated. I think Google is missing the point. OnePlus is now being thought of as a better option than a Google phone. I don't care what you say, Tim, about how much you don't think OnePlus is a stock Android experience. I'm telling you, it's as close as it gets without it being a Motorola. Like a Moto is the closest thing to stock, and a OnePlus is second. It's so close. It's so close to the point where if I have a OnePlus, to me, if I was to grab a Google Pixel, I wouldn't miss anything. It'd be like the same interface. It would be the same operations. Everything software-wise would be almost identical.
The only thing I would miss is the camera quality.
Yeah, that's true.
Google is just giving up on the hardware game.
It just doesn't make sense, bro. They literally made 4 generations of the phone, still haven't figured it out. That's like saying, okay,
because they never beat Samsung. They never beat Samsung or Apple. It's that's why.
Because they didn't do what they should have done, which was worry about making a Google phone. They're trying to chase the ghost of iPhone. People that want an iPhone are buying an iPhone. They don't care about a Google phone. Exactly. You should have just did a Google phone to be a Google phone to be different.
Right. No, I completely agree.
iPhone. That was stupid of them. Bro,
I completely agree. Yeah.
I really like the glass component at the top, that window that the Google phones had, because that's where the antennas would get better signal than going through metal. And you had to put the antenna bands inside the frame, right? And they had to be exterior, they had to be external. Well, when you had the antenna bands up against the glass, they go right through, right? They can transmit better. So my Wi-Fi and my LTE was always better on my Google phone than my wife's iPhone, not just because the modem, but the fact that the antenna right there through the glass.
It's the same thing on the 4.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that stuff was cool about the Google phone. Now, why did you only put 4 gigs of RAM in the phone for so long? Why was the phone so expensive when it didn't need to be so expensive? So
the price point, I agree. The RAM I never had issues multitasking. I never had apps reload or crash.
Because you have 6 gigs of RAM.
The battery life
Well,
is
even my Pixel 3, it only had 4. I never had issues.
I did. I didn't like it when I just had 4 gigs of RAM. I was rendering and editing video though, Tim.
Maybe that's different. I mean, you got to think. I'm on Slack, GroupMe, and other multimedia stuff. I wasn't rendering video. That's nothing all that heavy.
I literally bought a Note 10 so I could make better videos, to produce better content, because the Google phones weren't cutting it. I had all these people on YouTube, all these tech creators.
I mean,
people are buying phones they don't need. So I'm like, okay, I'll buy a Google Pixel 3 XL and I'll make some videos. And it chugged along and it struggled and it was slow and it was painful.
Well, right, Sneed, you're making my point. Like, Google does not care about hardware. They don't care about batteries. They don't care about, video production. They don't.
But that's the problem. Sad. They could fulfill a niche that people really want, bro. Like, people want a Google phone with a bigger battery and a little more competitive design to look more modern.
Yeah.
And they will gladly pay $6.99 or $7.99 for the smaller one, and keep it around $8.99 for the larger one. They'll pay for it. Tim, how much was your phone?
$8.99.
I think they got to stay around there. Bro, if they come out with an 865 this year and sold it for $1,000, they'd have the same shitty sales that they had before. But if they were to come in at a more competitive price point and actually try to get market share, I think it would do them some justice.
I would agree, but the one thing I will say is, could you imagine? I won't use the Ultra, but a Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus with 100% stock Google or 100% stock Android, what is on the Pixel? That phone would be absolutely flawless on Samsung's hardware.
Yeah,
there wouldn't be a phone that could even compete.
I can almost guarantee that the Pixel 5, the sales are going to be down again.
Depends on the price. What if it came in at $699?
About the price, no one's going to look to buy it. It's going to be like a BlackBerry sitting on the shelves. Like, the only difference between the Pixel 4 and the Pixel 5, besides the 5G, is the camera. The way the camera is and operates and looks. That's it.
I had the OG Pixel. I liked it. I had the Pixel 2 XL. I loved it. I have the Pixel 3 XL now. It's all right, bro. The weird face at the top kind of freaks me out. It looks like the two eyes with the mouth. It's freaking weird.
I got the regular Pixel. I got the regular Pixel 3. It's great, but it's just I can't invest in. Here's the problem with Google. No innovation. Where is the innovation? We have Samsung. We have.
It's in the camera. That's it.
Software, yeah, but software, who cares? Like, at least with hardware-wise, Samsung has a 100x zoom. Sure, the camera's not great, but Apple,
they're innovation, right?
Apple's always innovating. They always have new products, right? But when it comes to Google, the question is, what are they going to innovate in hardware? The answer is nothing.
Hey, Cesar.
The one thing I'm going to say is I would actually look at Microsoft and Google teaming up together in AI stuff.
Artificial intelligence?
Yep.
Machine learning and stuff like that?
Because right now, Microsoft, they've got some technology I know that Google wants.
True, but again, that's still software. Like, you have to see with technology, you have to mesh the software with good hardware. You can only optimize for so long and expect it to actually work, because there's always updates, there's always this and that. I used to be in IT. There's only so much optimization you can do before you say, oh, crap, we have to upgrade our hardware too. Like, you know what I mean?
Because, I've got, the Google Nest Home Hubs. Those are amazing. They work flawless. The Google Assistant is incredibly accurate.
Yeah, I got the Google Home too. It's good.
I don't know. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna take a look at the Google phone this fall. We'll see what it brings to the table. I don't know, man. I guess I could consider an iPhone now that Qualcomm's gonna be in there, so that's an option.
Speaking of Apple's innovation, who's gonna spend $500 for a pair of Apple glasses?
Not me.
No, dude.
I wear glasses already.
Bro, I don't even like wearing a mask. Why would I want something covering my eyes when I don't even like things that like a mask covering your mouth? Like, bro, I'd rather stand 10 feet away from whatever something is happening than to be wearing a mask and be a foot away. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just be distanced from it. Like, it's so annoying to have these, like, you know, these obtrusive additional accessories.
Right, but Apple's innovating with the Google with the Apple Glass, right? What's Google? You don't see Google doing that.
Google did Google Glass like 7 years ago.
Well, it
failed, but I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it failed.
But it was just ahead of its time. Apple, bro, there's no guarantee that that's gonna frickin'. That's a gimmick. What is it doing for you? What's the features?
What, the Apple Glass?
Yeah, like what's the shtick?
I have no idea. It's supposed to be cool. I don't know. I'm not gonna use it.
I haven't looked at it.
Yeah,
I just saw a video on it. That's it.
Mid-range 5G phones the rest of the year. We're probably gonna get a handful. Tim will probably be sending us, you know, sale listings when they become available over at his store. Hey, just got the new TCL Pro 5G. Hey, I just got the A71 5G, you know, from Samsung.
The only ones we've gotten new is the new LG K51, which is an LTE phone only. It's $185.
That A71 is supposed to have 5G in it as well.
Right. Well, there's going to be an LTE and a 5G version.
Right.
So you pick your poison for the additional $100 or whatever it is. But I think it's also important for 5G network technology that phones need to start coming in at a more affordable price point. They really got to get under $500. There are a lot of consumers that simply cannot afford $1,000 flagship or more. You know, Tim, you brought up the Ultra. What's the manufacturer suggested retail price on that?
$1,400.
Not happening, bruh. I mean, if I had to put a percentage of people that bought that phone this year, I'd say less than 1% of the smartphone.
Very few are honestly happy with that phone because of the camera autofocus problem.
So it's overpriced and it's kind of a failure.
Yeah. The S20 Plus is the phone to buy if you're going Samsung.
S20 Plus. And that's coming in at $1,100, $1,200.
Yep. $1,100.
Again, that goes back to, you know, Qualcomm's high prices and the licensing fees. You know, all that adds to the cost of your smartphone. Again, Google is just, I don't think it's just going to have any part of it after the Pixel 5, which in my eyes is disappointing.
I feel bad for the people. What's up, Philip? Good to see you here, man. Thanks for stopping by. Not paying $1,000 for a cell phone. I can't be mad at you for that. I feel bad for the people that bought the 5G devices in 2019. How their phones are basically going to be bricked. Basically, right? You can use it as an LTE phone, right? I mean, it's still going to connect to normal LTE, but you're losing band 41 LTE access, right? So if it's a Sprint model, T-Mobile's like, hey, we'll give you same price, whatever lease you're paying now or whatever phone price you paid, we'll get you in an S20, which I think is actually a better phone, more future proof. You'll get updates and stuff. You know, it's an S20. It's got the 865 chipset.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you're in a little bit of a better spot than an 855.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of sucks. And actually, for those people that bought the OnePlus 7s, they're getting updates for certain accessibility on the network, but they're also going to get bricked too. It's any phone from 2019, right? That Sprint sold,
pretty much.
Right? So they're out of luck too, and that would be the OnePlus 7 5G or Pro 5G. I forget whichever one it was.
It's the McLaren.
And the V50s as well are out of luck. The V50s as well.
LG V50?
Yeah.
Teletext says we'll start to see cheaper phones now with consumer spending expected to be lower. Totally agree. Now's the time for mid-rangers to get available. So if people are going to upgrade to a 5G device, you come in at $500, man. That $1,000 stuff is for the birds. Not everybody's going to spend it. And what's up, Josh? Good to see you. I can't say that I'm really excited about any 5G device. I mean, I'd like to see what the A71 5G brings to the table. I know that Samsung makes a nice display. It'll be a nice phone.
What about the Moto Edge Plus? You said
no, that's one I would buy. I'm not really thinking about buying it. I'm going to buy one. The A71 is what I would look at because I'd want to see how a mid-range 5G device works. And actually, the only tri-band, as we call it, is going to be from Verizon. Nobody else.
I want to say something about the mid-range devices. Samsung will be the way to go for mid-range. And the reason why I say that versus Samsung versus OnePlus or Google, whatever, Samsung is able to produce monetarily the most, mid-range devices OEM out of anybody. So if you're looking for that mid-range 5G device, you'll have two or three options with Samsung.
That's what I would recommend too. Actually, Samsung's the only phone I could recommend for now. Just the way Google has played out, and right. I mean, you could do an iPhone too. I don't know if they'll be 5G. People say it will be. I don't know, bro. We'll see. Tim, tell me about the T-Mobile store, man, the last couple of weeks.
What do you want to know?
Like economically, what's going on? Customers back spending, a lot of the quarantine stuff has kind of been lifted. How's traffic? How are sales? How are those things?
So it's actually been weird now that the quarantine is lifted because traffic actually dropped.
What?
I know it don't make sense, but yeah, traffic actually dropped. Now that people have a lot more options, places to go and all that. Yeah, it actually hurt us.
They didn't want to hang out at the local T-Mobile store?
Nope. So traffic, at least so far for the first 5 days of June, right now it is trending down, I would say close to 35%.
Down 35 from pandemic?
Yeah.
What? So are there more concerns, jobs?
Nothing that's been come ahead yet.
All right, well, that's good. I mean, we thought we had enough of that,
But I guess I can't be surprised because our numbers, our goals, everything is really, really low.
Man, so that last episode where you were counting money, that was all for show? That wasn't real money?
Oh, no, that was real money.
It was Monopoly money. Damn. All right, man. I was kind of hoping to hear the otherwise. I was hoping to hear,
I'm hoping things pick back up. But I know right now in our market, things are down. But I'm hoping it's temporary. Come about mid-June, things pick back up.
Yeah, Mev says gas prices are soaring. I don't know if there's a correlation with gas prices per se, but maybe it's
only averaging $1.82 a gallon here, so it's still gas is not expensive.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what the thing is. Maybe people just don't want to be out given the situation.
What customers we are having, it's the customers that have no choice. They come in with a shattered phone. They did a software update. It no longer works, or their phone's just so old that it can't even connect to the network anymore. That's mainly what we've been seeing so far, at least these first 4 or 5 days.
How's the network in North Carolina now?
It is much better than what it was. Even at my store, LTE speeds have restored back to what they originally were before the backhaul integration.
So when does that change for me?
That's a great question. But yeah, everything, I mean, it's weird. I mean, I got the Verizon line too. Everywhere I go, T-Mobile and Verizon are probably within 20 megabytes of one another everywhere I go.
Which is fine.
As far as download speeds. And it can be here or there, depending on what area you're on. Either Verizon's a little faster or T-Mobile's a little faster. as far as connectivity goes, as what you see as physical bars on your phone, they're about the same because they're on site for site.
So, Caleb, here's my main problem right now with the Moto Edge Plus. I'm gonna do a screen share, and I'm gonna go to eBay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
Here is my problem with the Moto Edge Plus. Can you tell what the problem is?
I see some cases on there.
Do you see any phones for sale?
No, not yet.
That is the problem. I do not want to finance through a carrier. So I want to buy off of eBay either lightly used, where they're going to bite off about $300-$400 of the phone, right? It's kind of like when you buy a car, right? You buy it. If you buy it brand new, it's $30,000. 1 week later, it's $25,000, right? And you put 5 miles on it. You literally drove it home from the dealer, right? So I'm looking to get the phone like around the $600 to $700 mark.
Yeah,
Anybody who's bought it still has it, and nobody is selling it.
you'll probably. I mean, they'll probably have some in December. That's probably my guess.
I was gonna say, give it a couple months.
Yeah.
All right, well, here's the other option for me: the LG V60 from Verizon. Notice there are none. None. So I can't buy that phone either. Let's take a look at the OnePlus. OnePlus 8 from Verizon. Now, why in the world would I want the Verizon model, you say? Well, the Verizon model has millimeter wave. And I don't care what you guys say. You want to poo-poo the technology? I don't care. I love it. I literally love millimeter wave. It is the most fun and interesting and engaging connection available on the market.
Well, I mean, if you love millimeter wave, I would just wait for the Moto Edge. That's what I would do.
I'm showing you the options that are available on the market. Do you mind? All right. So they got one, but they've been hanging around the $600 mark. I don't think the OnePlus is as good a phone as the Moto. The Moto is a larger battery. The Moto, I think, will have a better operating system experience over the OnePlus, although just a little bit better. It's very similar, but it's still better in my opinion. And I just think the performance on the phone will be better overall. So I'm holding out for a Moto, but there are none. So I'm kind of screwed. So I'm waiting. And the OnePlus 8 from Verizon also doesn't have a headphone jack, which is kind of what I want to do because I'm going to create videos with it. So pain in the caboose. I can't find the phone I want. I could buy it through Motorola for $800 outright. I think they're doing a $200 off. I could trade in one of my old phones and get a few $100s off.
Right.
If I trade in at Verizon. I don't really want to do that because then I'm on for 2 years. I got to add a line and they'll give me another couple $100 off. I don't.
That might be your cheapest option.
I just want to buy one from eBay at a discount rate, use it for 2 months, have it unlocked, and then use whatever service I want on it. It's really what I want to do. So that's the phone I want, but that's the dilemma I'm in. That's really it for the year, man. I'm not really too excited about any other phones. Wait and see on the iPhone, wait and see on the Google phone, and in my near term, I'm looking at the Moto. That's pretty much it. I would consider the LG V60 too. I'm not really thinking the OnePlus 8 from Verizon. It's not really a legit option.
I know the T-Mobile version of the LG V60's got problems.
Well, if the T-Mobile one has problems, I'm pretty sure they're all the same, aren't they?
For whatever reason, and I can't figure it out, it has a tendency to lock on HSPA Plus, and you can't get it to connect to LTE.
Oh, well, that's not good. Networks are kind of a big deal.
That's the problem with it. There's nothing else wrong with it. It's network connectivity. It wants to lock on 3G.
Have you seen it more than once or twice?
I've seen it now 3 times.
Oh, that's too many. That is too many.
And you can't explain it, especially when you take that SIM card out of the device, put it in another, and it's instant LTE.
Any phones that you're digging on right now, Tim?
Well, I can already tell I'll end up buying the Pixel 5. And if I ever do even remotely consider buying an iPhone, it will be the 12.
Because of the modem?
Yeah, because now it'll actually be an even playing ground between Apple and Android for once.
Kind of.
Yep.
I still think the operating system for stock Google experience is really nice. Everything's real smooth. Everything's makes sense. Like I like what Android does with their OS.
The one thing that makes me nervous right now about iPhones is just their quality control and their operating system. I've seen more bugs with iOS 12 and 13 than what I can ever remember in Apple's history.
Where are they at right now with their iOS? Are they 14 or 13?
They are 13.5.1, and the .1 was just released to fix some major bugs that never should have happened.
All right. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We're watching the phones, the last few for the year that we care about. The Note 20. I mean, if you got a Note 10, you probably don't care about a Note 20. I don't know. Maybe.
I haven't even heard anything on the Note 20 yet. I haven't heard, not even anything from design.
It's going to come out for $1,300 or something. So it's going to be a super premium phone. I guess if somebody had a Note 8 and Samsung was like, yeah, we'll give you $500 on a trade-in.
If you got a Note 8, you need to upgrade already because you don't have 600 megahertz support.
Oh, it started with the Note 9?
Yep.
I really did like the Note 9, man. What a good phone. Great
It
phone.
still is a good phone.
It is. It is a very good phone. Had a headphone jack. Something I really, really miss, bro. Do you see this? Do you see this freaking thing? This is the life I'm living. I got a whole
stash of them.
This is supposed to be carrying through my productions. This thing, bro. Or how about this nonsense?
Yup.
Bro, chicks don't dig this, bro. They don't like that stuff. They don't like the dongle life, bro. No. Kicking the sticking, bro.
You can blame Apple for getting the dongle started.
Yep, that was Tim Apple's idea. Thank you, Tim Apple. Tank Dog is here. Sneed Mobile Tech, any new news for the iPhone 12 5G? I don't know. Some people are saying pretty confidently it's going to be a 5G device. I mean, why else would they have signed the Qualcomm deal? That's the way I look at it. So
exactly.
I'd say more than 90% confident in that, 8 gig of RAM on my Note 9. It's a good phone, man.
If I could find a Note 9 for like $250, $300, I would get it.
I'll send you one tomorrow if you want it.
You still have one?
I can get them all day. Does it need to be a T-Mobile or do you want it unlocked?
It doesn't matter. Let me think about that one because that's tempting.
Yeah, I can get it for you, bro. If 300's your max, I think I can get you under 300. Pretty sure it's going to be unlocked too.
That's really tempting. Yeah, I'm going to think about that one.
I think I can do that for you, man. I'll confirm it tomorrow. I'll text you.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Everybody getting out of their Note 8s now. Like everybody was upgrading to the 10s. So they're trading them in at stores and stuff. People are starting to get a hold of them. Pete, my wife is all Apple. Always iPhones, always MacBooks, Mac OS, iPads. It's all Apple. The ladies of the SMT household are all Apple. Yasmin's got an iPad. Except me. PC setup, Androids. I do have I always keep at least an iPhone. I had an iPhone 7 for a while, then I got a 10S.
I was going to say, does your wife get mad because she can't FaceTime you or iMessage you?
Bro, we use WhatsApp for stuff like that in Duo. It's it's pretty, bro. Duo's pretty
Hey,
good.
you got a good one if she's willing to compromise a third-party app because she can't FaceTime.
She doesn't care if I don't have, what is it, blue bubbles or green bubbles?
Blue bubbles.
Yeah, she doesn't care about the color of my bubbles. All right, she loves me for who I am. She doesn't care about the bubble color.
I know some women, if you don't text and it doesn't come back as blue, they won't even date you.
It's true. It's so true.
Bro, what is worse? What's going on in society? Like literally like political unrest or this iMessage thing. Like they're both some of the most atrocious travesties of the human condition. Like what are we really saying here? You're making a dating decision based on a text message bubble color.
I think it's like a way like that people communicate. For example, like if you walk into a bar and you strike up a conversation with somebody, it's the same thing as if you're trying to do that on a phone. For example, if you trying to converse with somebody, that's like if you don't have iMessage or something, it's a language barrier. Yeah.
I get the most confusing looks in my store. I get the most interesting deer in headlights face when I say, "Oh, Google phones have RCS messaging." What is that?
Communication's supposed to be a love language, and it's just not. That's all I gotta say.
Some of the things that actually kind of they kind of make me sad. When somebody says, I have an iPhone because it just works. There's something wrong about that statement. Listen, bro, I have fixed so many iPhones that don't work. They bring them to me. They don't work. What do you mean they work? I've been fixing this trash for 10 years. You're telling me it just works. No, it doesn't. I have to fix it all the time. The hardware fails. The software fails. You got to reinstall iTunes. You got to take it to the Apple store. You got to leave it there for 3 weeks. You got to stand in line and sit in a beanbag for 3 hours. Bro, you got to sit next to the grandmas doing the classes on how to launch a freaking a video call. Like, bro, when I walk in an Apple store, I get anxiety. I feel like they're going to take my life savings. Like you're gonna take all my money. Like it's
so bad.
It's seriously, bro. And everybody's wearing skinny jeans. I don't fit in because I'm wearing athletic shorts. And they got some weird haircut where it's going to
I know. So bad.
And I'm looking around. I'm like, hipsters, grandmas, and everybody's looking at me weird because I'm holding a Samsung Galaxy Note.
Am I supposed to be here?
My goodness, bro. And then the anxiety sets in. We can't fix your phone. Sorry, sir. Here's the option. We'll give you $5.99 for a new one. What do you mean? I just want you to restore iTunes. What do you mean I need to spend $5.99? Just restore the OS. No, sir. We can't do that for you. What do you mean? You got the cable? Bro, they don't want to do that.
That's perfect.
My goodness, bro. Anxiety to the highest order, bro. Every time a giant glass door is open, like you're going into the freaking Starship Enterprise, bro.
Oh, I know. I get it too. I get anxiety too.
So Apple stores are normally a zoo. I wonder how bad it was back when Apple did the $29.99 battery replacements.
Yeah, I remember that when they were doing like the iPhone 6s and 6Ss.
Yeah, it's from where they got sued from throttling their phones.
Yeah. Yeah. What was that for? About 6 months they were doing the replacements for $30 or for free, actually. They did them for a while for free, and then they were doing them for $29.99.
The $29.99 is what I remember. Is you had a 6 or a 6S.
So let me tell you about these devices that just work. I've had them explode within 5 feet of me, catch on fire. I literally had an iPhone 5S like sitting next to me in my car. The battery swelled up, the screen popped off, the home button broke, the camera flew into like 7 pieces into the air. I'm like, what the hell just happened? Like, it was just sitting here. Like, what? Bro, screens have cracked. When the phone fell on its back on the metal side, I've seen that. I've seen operating systems just fail. I've seen them overheat. I've seen speakers go out for no reason. I've seen charging ports give out. I've never replaced any other charging port in my life other than an iPhone. You know, it's really not a situation where they just work. It's really not. You know, it just works when it works, and then when it fails, it doesn't work anymore, and I have to fix it. And it does not just work. It does not. Their operating system fails too, and then you have to restore it, and it's hell. And every time you try to do something with your iPhone, you got to go to the Apple store, and if you touch anything, you void the warranty. They don't want you touching anything. Bro, it's to be an Apple customer, you're a slave. You're like enslaved to Apple. Like you're like
Dude, don't even get me started with some customers when they come in to do. Let's say they're upgrading from a 6S and they're jumping to an 11. They haven't done an iCloud backup in 2 years. They haven't cleared anything, so the memory is so full that the phone barely even functions, or it won't hold a charge. And then, Lord forbid, if you tell them, "Oh, I'm not going to be able to transfer all your pictures or all your text messages," and then they freak out, or they're in my store for 8 hours for a content transfer. It is absolutely insane. That is why I hate iPhones. They make my life miserable.
The one thing this is just a piece of advice to everybody. If you are going to buy an iPhone, I have to tell you this. You must get Apple Care. You must. There is no other way.
Please, don't turn off iCloud backup.
You always leave that sucker on. Yeah.
Let it back up every night when you charge it.
Yeah, or whenever it connects to Wi-Fi and you're charging it. Yeah. You have to get Apple Care because the repairs have gotten so expensive. As somebody who repairs them, I'll give you an example. An iPhone XS Max is what, 2 years old now? Or it's going to be 2 years old?
It's going on 2 years old.
The display on the XS Max is just now getting under $200. My cost. Just now dropping below 200. So when it first was released, it was like 350, 400. So Apple Care is $200. So literally they've made it so you must have Apple Care, especially that back glass. I can't even do the back
I was going
glass.
to say that if the back glass goes, it's a new phone because the back glass and the frame's all one part.
Is the Apple Care
take out the whole phone.
It's a $200 fee that you can actually pay on payments. Like you could finance Apple Care.
Yeah, it comes with your phone financing.
And then
So is it just a one-time deal, or how is it?
You pay a deductible for each screen replacement, like $30.
No. The Apple Care, is it just a $200 fee and you're done with it, or is it
$200? It's $200, I think, for the newer iPhones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then like a screen replacement deductible is $30. I think batteries. What with Tim about $30 as well? I think all the repairs.
I don't know now.
It's the only way to have an iPhone. You must have Apple Care, unless you yourself know for a fact that you don't damage your phone. I can't advise any. I can't even advise Assurion or Assurant or Assurance, those other companies, because they're going to give you garbage refurbs as replacements. You might as well just get the Apple Care and deal with Apple for everything. It's a pain, bro. It's the only way to go. If you're going to do an iPhone, Apple Care all the way. We've been on here too long. You guys done?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I was going to say, is there any questions that we missed in live?
We're good, bro. We're good. Thank you guys for coming on. Thanks for hanging out, Caleb, Tim. Appreciate you. I wish Carlos would have gotten on. We could have messed with him, Papa Ray and the whole thing. It would have been a fun time. I'll probably harass him on Periscope later on. We'll do it. So that's pretty much it. If you guys want to check out some of the community items in the description box, we have links to the SMT Patreon page, the Twitter handle @SneedTech. We're also on Periscope. And then the Megadon.net invite code, the social media platform of the future. Never need another social media platform ever again. No algorithms, no ads, and no tracking. Megadon.net. If you want to take your social media life security seriously, Megadon.net. Thank you to all who provided super chats. Appreciate all the donations. Michael with the PayPal donation. I see that we had donations also from. Usually I get a list. Looks like we might not be getting a list. Anyways, I'll thank everybody who provided a super chat. Jamil, I did see yours earlier, and I know there were some other ones. I'm sorry, guys, I don't have the list with me, but thank you for that. For the good of the order, I think what we'll do is we will hashtag. What do we talk the most about today? Hashtag barbecue. Hashtag BBQ. Because apparently I made somebody mad and they actually left the live stream because we started talking about food. And to that person, I say peace.
Peace.
All right. Yeah.
Peace.
We're out of here. See you guys. Good night.
Yes.